Looks like it's 7 o'clock. Can we call the meeting to order?
Can.
All right, roll call.
Let me see if I can do this in the right order here. Okay, Commissioners Bowling.
Here.
Harris.
Here.
Schwartz.
Here.
Telos.
Yes.
Chair Miley.
Here.
5 present.
All right, thank you, Madam City Clerk. Second item on our agenda tonight is non-agenda public comment. Do we have any speakers online?
We do not.
All right, seeing none in the audience, we will move to item number 3, regular agenda items. Item 3A is a selection of chair and vice chair. I believe on this item, we did this about this time last year. And so I think it's kind of open for commission discussion, or if there's any commissioner who would like to raise their hand to kind of jump in the queue or make a nomination, I'll take those from the floor. I believe we would be, tradition would have it typically that the vice chair would step into the chair role, and we'd be looking for a vice chair nomination as well.
I think that plan is great. I was going to nominate Zach Bowling anyways, yeah.
Okay, I'll go ahead and second that. We'll take that as a motion. All right, super. Commissioner Telos.
Oh, do we want to vote on that one?
We
have a motion,
Yeah,
correct?
we have a motion
And a second?
I was just going to make sure there was no comment,
Nope.
discussion. All right, Madam City Clerk, can you call the roll?
Sure. Commissioners Bowling.
Yes.
Harris. Harris.
Yes.
Okay. Schwartz.
Yes.
Telos.
Yes.
Miley.
Aye.
That carries by 5 ayes.
All right, do we have a nomination for a vice chair this evening?
Who's interested?
Key question.
Sub in for if we have one other meeting this year, if the chair isn't present.
Can I make a comment? Usually in the past, we don't have to follow this, but since we're following precedent here that the vice chair moved on to be the chair, usually we sort of get the newer members of the board to take the vice chair position. This way, everyone gets an opportunity to be the chair. I've done it. Of course, you've done it. So I'm thinking,
Who
I'm
here
looking,
has not been a
I'm
chair
looking at
by
the
now?
right side of the table over here.
Yeah.
If you like to.
Sure.
Want to make that a motion?
Yeah, sure. Motion to nominate Commissioner Harris. as
I'd
vice
second.
chair.
All right, it's been motioned and seconded. Is there any further discussion? Please call the vote.
Okay. Commissioners Bowling.
Aye.
Harris.
Aye.
Schwartz.
Aye.
Telos.
Aye.
Chair Miley.
Aye.
That carries by 5 ayes.
All right, congratulations to our new chair and vice chair. Thank you for stepping up to serve the city.
Oh.
Yes,
We have an attendee who just raised their hand. I'm sorry if I missed it a second ago, and
my apologies. I should
no,
have called for
I
a
should have
public
done
comment.
it too, and I just saw it. So we have one speaker,
So-
Jay Garfinkel.
Thank you.
We don't get to see him, right?
No, but he's there. Can Speaker Garfinkel? Okay, yeah, he's. Oh, he dropped. Okay,
Okay, well,
Maybe
if he comes
comes-
back
we'll-
on and raises his hand,
we'll
please.
put him back up again.
yeah,
And-
He's upset about it. I'm sure he'll bend my ear
Okay,
personally.
okay.
He
Perfect.
he knows how to find you. So, I think we're at a point in the agenda where I just want to kind of figure out who's on first. Now that we've had a changing of the chair position, should I continue to run the meet? How is that typically
I mean,
handled?
typically, the current chair continues to run the meeting, and then it takes effect the next meeting, but you can switch now if you want to put Zach in the hot seat.
Curveball.
Gotta
No,
give you a chance.
It honestly doesn't matter to me on this. I think, yeah, in like council sessions, there's usually a break and then changing for the guard, but it doesn't matter. It's
Okay.
simple.
Yeah.
agenda.
All right, well, I'll get us through the rest of this agenda then. So item 3B,
Yeah, go ahead.
approval of meeting minutes from October 6, 2025. Is there any discussion, corrections? Did folks have an opportunity to review the minutes? Yes?
Yes.
Okay.
Move
Is
that we approve.
second? So it's been motioned and seconded to approve the minutes. Please call the roll call vote.
Commissioners Bowling,
Aye.
Harris,
Aye.
Schwartz,
Aye.
Telos,
Aye.
Miley,
Aye.
5 ayes.
All right, motion carries. Item 3C is approval of the 2025 annual report. So with this item, thank you, City Clerk, for preparing the report for us. I think that was our last meeting. We were discussing that report, so I'll open it up to the floor for any discussion on the item.
I just had a few observations, which I think probably everyone else who looked at it quickly did. One was there virtually no complaints, which is always a good thing. Clearly, the most requested items were police department documents and fire department documents, which makes sense. Those are some of the more intense issues in the city. But having produced those documents, there were no, I didn't see any complaints that were made. There was one item which, I'm not sure exactly what means not fulfilled, but the hearing.
Yeah, so the not fulfilled section under next request cases, there were 44 of those, and then 25 out of those 44 were because there was no records. And what we do when we say there's no records is we tell them, if you can further refine or we can help you, do more to search for the records. So we don't just say, there's no records, we're done. We'll say, like, please provide clarification if we can. And then, 7 of them were withdrawn. Sometimes we need clarification because the request isn't clear enough, and if we don't hear back from them, we have to eventually close it, but we try multiple attempts to follow up with them. And then 4 that just simply weren't requests, and no complaints about any of them. Yeah.
Okay. And then the one alleged violation didn't go through because the complaint was incomplete, and I'm presuming that means that there was no adequate follow-up by the complainant.
Right. We tried to get them to resubmit or clarify it, and multiple efforts were made in that front too. And this was also the same person who had filed a complaint before the last complaint, and we had scheduled the hearing, and then they didn't show to the hearing. So it's a person who has had difficulty with the system, and we've tried to help, but there's, issues there.
Okay, that's all I had.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for clarifying those. Yes.
Can I just ask a couple of clarifying questions? Okay, so I'm looking, so next request cases, that's 594. Then I saw the little denotation. So those are ones that go to multiple departments. Then the 860 is all unique to those individual departments, correct?
Yeah.
So really, the number of requests would be the 594 plus the 860?
No.
No.
It's 594, but then the reason why 860 differs than 594 is because when you tally up per department, sometimes if it's multiple department, it ends up being higher than the 594.
Okay, so it gets counted twice because it hit 2 departments. So
Yeah.
860 is the number.
Right, because
it.
that's how many
Okay.
went to that each department independently responded to, because it can be to multiple.
Understood,
Yep.
okay. Then other piece, I think maybe, I'm fine with this one for now, but maybe next year as we look into it, maybe having a comparison, because to last year or maybe just 1 year, just to see the trend of going, because, you say, hey, we did 4,751 documents, but is that good, bad, better than last year, half of last year? So I think we could have a comparison.
Yeah, so the commission this year asked for this additional information, and so this is the first year that this annual report has included the document produced, the days, responses within 10 days. We've included denied in the past, or the not fulfilled section, but identifying the source in this city, all of that was new data, and so we don't have that from prior years to compare. But going forward, if the commission likes this format and wants to keep seeing this, then
Yeah.
there will be a good way to do comparison.
Yeah, I think Commissioner Telos kind of read my mind. Working for the sheriff's office, we hear these numbers a lot about the CPRAs we receive, and I want to say we're up 50% this year.
Oh, wow.
And so I think this establishes a good baseline so that we can see that in the future, not just what's been fulfilled, but I think what that volume of workload is on the city for the request. I think, want to leave it open for more discussion or questions? Yes.
Yeah, no, I just wanted to say, I think I appreciate this breakdown. This is great, I think, and I want to thank staff, especially on just the responsive rate they've been. I think that's fantastic. And yeah, a lot of the reason why I especially wanted the breakdown is also just to understand the cost that it is on the staff for these requests. And I know it's harder, but to figure out those ones that are like from, I want to say automated, but like they're coming in, they're not from the general public, but they're just like the fire requests and these automatic permit polls and stuff that people want, and it gets directed to like to planning staff or to other staff that is more like available through other sources sometimes. But I really appreciate that kind of breakdown, and I think that's the thing that I was like really curious about, because I think that helps sort of understand the cost of being open for the city, and that's really important. And I think this is great. I don't know if we can break it down without like putting more due burden on staff when they're doing responses of like the number of billed hours or hours that it takes.
Right, so I did ask, since the commission was interested in time, I did ask all of the departments, including the attorney's office, because I thought they might be the only that do track, and nobody does track time and hours. So, we couldn't get to that. I will tell you, just like from, my involvement with it, is the ones that are emails or that are very like big volume of records, those are the ones that end up taking like, a really long time. And especially like sometimes, outside counsel's having to review the emails because they don't have enough staff time to do it. So that's where the real cost is in those issues, like things that need a lot of redaction or all of that. But unfortunately, there was just, nobody is accounting for time at this point, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Overall, I love the whole report to send to council. I guess as a body, we're not recommending, I guess, in our one of our things we can do is recommend changes to our open government law, or our sunshine ordinance specifically, and not this round. But overall, I'm very pleased with our report, and I'm not gonna, I'll let other people discuss before making a motion.
I actually think these are all great comments. I don't have anything to add. I echo all of it.
If you want to make the motion,
Before making a motion, I want to check, is there any public comment on the item?
We do. Jay Garfinkel came back, so let's let him talk now. Hopefully he won't. Okay, good.
I didn't see the unmute, and I got lost in Zoom. You want comment on the report? Is that what you're saying?
well, it's your,
I was going to do a non-agenda, but I can comment on the report. In that all the time is put into doing redactions, but the attorney's office absolutely refuses to explain why they redact things. They just plain redact it. They don't tell you it's because it's confidential. They don't say it's because it mentions my mother-in-law. It doesn't say anything. So I think if nothing else, they should be advised or instructed to explain the redactions. And as far as taking city time, that the city doesn't track time for anything really. And I think it's important. The committee doesn't, the Open Government Commission doesn't really do anything else besides look at these requests for information. So I think they should be willing to spend some staff time acquiring with this little item that they do. So anyway, that's my comment.
Thank you for the comment, Mr. Garfinkel. If you do want to speak during non-agenda public comment, I think we'll go ahead and call for that again towards the end of the agenda. Sure. Let's see here. I do want to ask a follow-up question about the kind of what was just raised about kind of explaining the redactions. Is there any requirement within the Sunshine Ordinance that do occur?
It is required, and they do provide like the government code section exemption that they're using, but they don't go into each one and say what each one is. Yeah. They just give an overall of the whole document, and I think that Mr. Garfinkel would prefer each one.
More granularity, which
and that's not what's required. They
yeah.
just say these are the
if
exceptions.
they're not satisfied with the response, they can make they can appeal the decision, can't they? They can file a request.
Well, I mean, they could file a sunshine ordinance complaint, so they, yeah, yeah.
I mean, that's one of the purposes.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, thank you for that. Yes, Commissioner Tibbs.
Yeah, just looking at it, just so we could get on the record for, for the recording, can you just go over identified source and identified city and how that's,
Sure.
Yeah.
So basically, in response to the commission, wanting these more details, we don't require the fields of, anything except for the email address of the person. So it's optional. All the rest of the fields are optional, but it turned out a lot more people than I even thought had put in that information. So of the 594 requests, 308 identified as either an agency, company, or law firm that we could tell. Like, we had to go through, all 594 and kind of say yes or no, and then tally up that. And that's the way we did that one. And then city, if they put in the address at all, it was 467, which was, I really didn't think that many had done it, so I was impressed. But then only out of those 467 identified, 114 were from Alameda, and then all the others were from everywhere.
thank you.
Seeing no further discussion, do we have a motion to accept or approve the annual report?
Yes, I'll make a motion for that.
I'll second.
All right, it's been moved and seconded. Roll call vote?
Commissioners Harris, Bowling, sorry, I'm going backwards again. Bowling.
Aye.
Harris,
Oh, me? Aye.
Schwartz,
Aye.
Telos,
Aye.
Chair Riley.
Aye.
5 ayes.
All right, staff communications.
So under staff communications, I just wanted to point out to the commission that there is a sunshine ordinance provision that prohibits complaints from being accepted against a member of the city council or an officially declared candidate within 45 days of the city election. We will have that November 3rd, so there will be a little bit of a period this year where those specific complaints could not be accepted. So just wanted to point that out. So that would start September 19th. I did the
That would
45
mean that
days.
if you have a complaint or issue that you want to raise, do it now.
Yeah, well, or, it's just to not have somebody like weaponize it while somebody's running or in office
And so
around the election.
if something were to occur during that window, they can they submit a complaint post-election day?
Well, they could submit a complaint, but not particularly about the people. Complaints are still accepted.
The process, yeah.
Right, and the complaint timeline still runs, so you still only have that 15-day timeline to submit a complaint. So, yeah, it wouldn't be timely if they waited for the whole thing and then submitted it, unless it was something ongoing, if it didn't have a date
Yeah.
that occurred specifically.
A
Yeah,
specific meeting or something?
yeah,
like that. Okay.
yeah,
Thank you for that.
yeah.
All right, agenda, is there any public comment on
Yeah,
staff
you want to go back to
communication?
the non-agenda public comment? Okay, Jay Garfinkel again.
Mr. Garfinkel, we'll go ahead and take non-agenda public comment under this item.
Well, wait, I want to comment on commenting on people running for office. I think that we need to make sure that that applies to the members of the council. If you remember last year when there was that unfortunate incident with Councilwoman Spencer, both the mayor and Councilwoman Vella jumped on her with both feet with the assistance of Chairman Bowling. And I think and that was right before the election, and I think that needs to stop also.
Thank you for the comment.
Now, you want non-agenda items?
Well, you can't really comment on the staff update because it's not an agendized item, so you still have 2 minutes and 21 seconds left of your
Go
time.
for it, Mr. Garfinkel.
Yeah.
Okay. The motto of the Washington Post is democracy dies in the dark or in darkness. And for the last maybe 10 years or so, the council, led by the current mayor, have been dimming the lights at City Hall. Specifically, on her own, she has eliminated the ability of residents to speak on non-agenda items at council meetings. This means that the council there won't be any public presentation of new ideas. Everything has to come now through the staff. And I think that that's an egregious change. I think what I know that you guys are assigned to working on the sunshine ordinance, but you're the only commission that has the opportunity, even indirectly, to improve the openness of our governance. No other commission, no other department has any concern at all about the openness, about the transparency of what they're doing. And I would encourage this body to make a recommendation to the council that a citizens committee of some kind be appointed to discuss what they would like to see in terms of opening up the government. By the way, I don't see a timer. Oh wait, there it is. So, and even the fact that comments are limited to, what I get, 3 minutes total? The fact that these microphone is cut off mid-sentence shows that it's a token, it's just a formality that the people are allowed to speak. I've seen speakers mid-concept, speaking about a concept, and it just shuts off. That tells me that nobody's really interested in hearing what the speaker has to say, and I think that's egregious. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing your comment. I will move on to agenda item 5, commissioner agenda requests.
There are none, because they have to be submitted ahead of time, so there are none.
All right, thank you for that. Agenda item number 6, commission communications. I think this is an opportunity for essentially announcements or kind of open, if there's anything that needs to be put out there for future discussion or alerting the public. Okay. Seeing no discussion, do we take public comment on that item? No. All right. That brings us to the end of our agenda this evening. With that, we're adjourned.
Great, thank
Thank you.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.